At L&M Fine Jewelry, we hand select our diamonds to give you the very best prices possible. Monty knows a great deal when he finds one. Find your great deal at L&M Fine Jewelry.
Your diamond destination.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Samuel Akem here, and I am back with another one. Today, we are looking at the Montana versus Tennessee State game. It was an ESPN2 game. Big Sky After Dark, Big Sky Playoffs After Dark, and if you watch the game, you know it was categorized by one record-breaking performance, and that is Junior Bergen, his 2 punt return touchdowns that led him to becoming tied with the NCAA FCS punt return record at 8. Outside of that, it was a pretty competitive game. Tennessee State fought back late, but I think it was 59-yard touchdown by Eli Gilman really iced the game away, and that was all she wrote. An interception really closed it out by Trevor Gradney. But, offensively, the Grizz didn't play too hot. Logan Fife, who started the game, was 11 for 22, 97 yards. He had 2 fumbles. He ended up getting taken out of the game. Ayat came in. He only completed 1 pass. But Eli Gilman, 20 carries, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns. Those 20 carries are the most in his career. The leading receiver was Sawyer Racanelli with 2 catches for 23 yards. He had a good back shoulder catch that he had early on in the game. We don't have it on here. The ESPN2 must have been late with picking up the game because of another game. But it was a pretty competitive game. Good first round matchup for Montana, who will take on South Dakota State next round. But, their leading receiver for Tennessee State had 11 receptions, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Karate Brinson. Hope I'm pronouncing his name right. But in the rushing game, they had 19 carries, 14 yards. Their quarterback had negative 39. Some of that is due to snaps that were snapped over his head. So really their rushing stats are probably more around 50 yards. When you look at the net rushing yards and take away the snaps that went over his head and the sacks and all that good stuff. But he had a pretty good game in the passing game, 29 for 39, 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Obviously, that interception in the game. But we are going to be looking at everything from this game. So make sure you guys hit that like. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe. Make sure you guys leave me a comment down below, and we will get straight into it. Okay, so like I mentioned, the TV must have been, ESPN2 must have been late with picking up the game because we're picking it up here at a 3-0 lead for Montana. They ended up getting a field goal. I think that was their first drive that they got that field goal. It might have been their second drive, but you see there's only 4 minutes left in the first quarter, so quite a bit of the game has gone by. This was really the spark that started the Tennessee State offense going in the right direction. They're going to pick up this 3rd and 11 right here, and you're going to get to see the spark from their receiver immediately. I guess it's their running back, guy coming out of the backfield, running back. He's going to catch this little spot route here and make a guy miss, and then the speed is very evident. Takes off, gets close to midfield. On 3rd and 11. That was a big conversion for them. Big time conversion for them. Here you go. Now you got a 2nd and 1 for Tennessee State. Little motion. And yeah, they brought this Wildcat quarterback in. I think this was the only play he came into the game. They got into this 2nd and short, brought him into the game. He is just able to get to that first down yard marker. Barely got it, but he did get it. Now you got a 1st and 10. Hand it off to the running back, Evans, who's got a lot of juice. CJ Evans, he can catch it out of the backfield. He's also the returner, but he does a lot of things, and his playmaker ability is very evident. Here you see him making Mr. Gradney miss right here. And that is a lot of times why teams leave corners to make tackles. You see he's bypassing the corner, completely going to crack the safety and leaving the corner for one-on-one with the running back, and the running back won that battle. He gets down around the 25-yard line. Really good run. Really good run. Here you go. You get to see a backside angle of it again. Just a hezzy, juke inside, and the speed to get to the outside. Good tackle from Reidermeyer. Here you go, 3rd and 7. Down just inside red zone territory, and this was a problem for Tennessee State all day long. Look at the pressure that Montana's getting into the backfield. 2 guys coming through that left side of the Tennessee State offensive line almost immediately. Montana's bringing 4 here. Really, everybody almost gets there, and he airmails it out on the sidelines, and Tennessee State is going to kick a field goal now. They end up tying the game at 3-3 right before the end of the first quarter. And Montana takes over to start the second quarter after the return, obviously. Deep ball to Mr. LaKeldridge Bridges. You see they get man coverage up here at the top. Looks like man all across the board. Man here, man here, man here. Might be zone, but definitely man coverage over here. Might be a quarters 4X coverage. So 4X meaning you got quarters over here. He's really in quarters as well, but he's only got one receiver responsibility, so he's just going to man it up. And that is a good matchup for LaKeldridge Bridges, who takes the top off. Had to wait on the ball a little bit. If he would have ran into this pass, if the pass would have been on time, this should have been a walk-in touchdown. But he has to come back and get the ball, and they reviewed it and said that he actually, not that he necessarily dropped it, but that the ball touched the ground. And I try to see from some of these angles, it must have hit the ground when he turned over that right shoulder, because from this angle, it looks like he secured it. I'm pretty sure they did it in like an angle from that direction as well. It looked like he had made the catch, but either way, they reviewed it, walked the team back, incomplete pass. Unfortunate for Bridges, unable to get his first catch of his career. Eli Finati got a little burned early on in the game. This was really the only snaps that he got throughout this game. They ended up putting Stevie Rocker in the game as well. Eli Gilman really took a bulk of the carries. No Nick Osmo during this game, but running a little counter right here with Finati. And I mean, the dude runs behind his shoulder pads. He's a great running back. He had some decent carries throughout this game. He ended up having 8 carries for 46 yards. So pretty decent game for the freshman, true freshman. Good to see him get out there and get some burn. Here you go. Got 3rd and 3 for Montana. They're gonna hit the hitch on the outside to Keelan White, and he's gonna get enough for the first down. Here you go. Got a 2nd and 3. Once again, handing it off to Finati. Being patient back there. Burst once he gets to the line. Good blocks right here from the offensive line and from those. So they're pulling the guard, getting a block with Liam Brown. Good kick out block right there, and then good by Evan Schaefer just to bury that guy on the end of the line of scrimmage. Good run by Finati on 2nd and 3. So Montana was putting together a pretty decent drive here. They're not going to be able to get points. 3rd and 9 right here. This looked like a pretty good screen. Had Eli been able to catch this, they got this guy kicked out. They got one guy ahead of him. And it's really just green grass outside of this guy now. It's a question mark. Would the line have been able to pick him up? I guess you really got 2 guys, but you really got 3 blockers to block. I guess only 2 blockers to block 2 guys. Suspect Eli Gilman should be like one of those guys be able to miss, but he dropped the pass, bringing up a 4th and 9, and Montana is instead going to kick the field goal. 39-yard attempt, and it is missed. Now, although he did miss that field goal, keeping it a 3-3 ball game with about 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, he ended up hitting a pretty long 50-yard field goal, which was the longest field goal since 2021 when Kevin Macias was kicking for the Grizz back in my senior season. 3rd and 2 for Tennessee State, and I do not think they're going to have enough to get it. Trying to run what seems to be an inside zone play, and the line of scrimmage barely really moves, but they get a lot of hats on the ball, and he is near that first down yardage, but it looks like they're going to have him a little short. 4th and 1, they decide to punt the ball away, and no return here for Junior. But as you guys all know, if you saw the game, if you watched it at all, that is coming. 3rd and 1, 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, 8:20 to go in the second quarter. Split zone play with Sawyer Recanelli being that Bam guy. And he is near the first down yard marker, but they did not give it to him. So Montana's going to go for it on 4th and 1. They're going to run this sweet toss play where they fake like they're blocking down inside. You see they block everybody down inside except for that tight end. He's arcing around to be a lead blocker for the kick out, for the toss out, and it's enough to get the first down. Really good job. Now you got a 1st and 10 for Montana. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Pre-snap motion with Sawyer Recanelli. Split zone once again. Sawyer Recanelli getting a good block. And Eli Gilman getting enough close to first down yardage, but the offensive line is going to come and give him an extra push and push him past that first down yard marker. Really great job there. 1st and 10, 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So you can't really see it here. You cannot really see it here. But Keelan White, man, gets wide open here. They're in an empty formation. So you got 11 personnel. Eli Gilman's out here at the running back position. Evan Schaefer's right here. Junior Bergen, Sawyer Racanelli, and you got Keelan White here. They're going to run a seam with Keelan White right down the seam. I don't know if this safety thought that he had help, but because Logan Fife has eyes on the left side of the field, they're running this pivot concept up top. So you got a 10 to 12 yard in by Sawyer Racanelli on the outside. You got a pivot route from Junior Bergen. He's pulling that linebacker just like you want. So this is the window, and this is not a bad decision to make on this throw. It's a good throw. It's a good catch. It's good everything, and a first down. So you get about 10 to 12 yards. How that play is designed, that is what you want. But if you look to the right side of the screen, since Logan Fife has eyes to the left to that pivot route concept up top, Keelan White gets wide open on the seam. If you watch him right here, he's going to get past this defender who thought he had inside help with the high safety. He does not. Keelan White takes the top off and could have had a walk-in touchdown on this seam route right here. Could have had a really wide open touchdown there. Unfortunately, we don't have an all 22, so we can't see the full breakup, but I remember watching that from the press box and thinking, my goodness, there might have been a missed opportunity there. 2nd and 1 coming up, 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. You hand it off to Eli Gilman, who's running fast and downhill. First down yardage, getting deep inside red zone territory, down around the 13-yard line. Really good run there from Eli Gilman. Now you got a 2nd and 4. Got these guys split out wide, probably going to run something inside, trying to see what type of numbers you can get out there, but also trying to see what type of numbers you can get in here. And Eli Gilman sets up the block very well. Look, he's trying to hit this gap right here. You can see that. He runs outside of it, jump cuts back in, and carries a guy into the end zone. Really good touchdown run from Eli Gilman. Really, really good touchdown run from Eli Gilman. That was his first of 2 touchdown runs. That second touchdown run is absolutely explosive. We will see that later in the game, but really good start to the game for the Montana offense. Late in the first half, they take a 7-point lead with 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here you go. You get an end zone look at the run. Watch him set number 4 up. Really good job of him. Number 4 is trying to 2-gap here. He sets him up, makes him choose that. What would that be? Can't even tell. Until what gap that would be. So this is the center, making him choose that A gap. He cuts back on the opposite A gap and gets into the end zone. Really, really good job. Here you go, 3rd and 5, 3 minutes to go in the second quarter for Tennessee State. Montana bringing the pressure. Looks like they're bringing an all-out blitz, 0 pressure. They got man coverage on the back end of everything. They got an open guy into the flats. They're running a mesh concept here, but the pressure is in his face immediately. So you got Riley Wilson coming off the edge here. And then you got a linebacker free up the middle as well. Looks like Garrett Husted up the middle free as well. Riley Wilson's going to come up with the sack. Riley Wilson probably had his best game of the season yesterday. He had 3.5 tackles for loss and a sack, 1.5 sacks. So really good game from him. Really awesome to see. Somebody who was, a lot of people expected highly of him. I think he's a second-team all-conference player this year as well. But I know a lot of people expected a lot out of him. And, you know, he showed up a little bit yesterday. Another kick out of bounds. You know, Eddie George talked during the press conference after the game about how they were well aware of what Junior Bergen could do in this game, and they did not intend to kick it to him at all. Didn't work out the way they hoped, giving up 2 kickoff punt return touchdowns. But he did speak about how they were aware of what his abilities were and how they were not super excited to potentially kick the ball to him. So they called a illegal formation here. You got 5, 6 on the line of scrimmage. The only reason I would suspect that it's an illegal formation, they said you had 5 in the backfield. So one of these tight ends, because they shifted out from a 13 personnel. Oh, no. So you still got a receiver out here. So they're 12 personnel, but they're going to shift out into an open set. One of these guys down here must not have got on the ball. It must be Ryan Simpson or Schaefer who needs to get on the ball. Neither of them did, so they do end up having 5 in the backfield and only 6 on the line of scrimmage. That is an illegal formation.
In the Treasure State, University of Montana football is a way of life. Lithia Ford has long been a proud sponsor of Grizz football, and Lithia Ford of Missoula is thrilled to have several of the best Montana football seniors driving the best trucks in Montana. Aspen Sound is the premier car audio and accessory shop in Montana. Aspen Sound makes sure the boys are riding in style with tinted windows and state-of-the-art stereo systems. There's always a party in Montana. Whether you're going to a concert, a wedding, or a football game, the Montana Party Bus will get you there. Skyline Sports and ESPN MT cover the Big Sky with more depth than anyone. Check out SkylineSportsMT.com and tune in to Nuanez Now on 1029 ESPN Missoula every day. My Montana Roots and Wear Your Roots clothing is your go-to spot for the most unique and comfortable lifestyle clothing you'll find anywhere. And get your custom t-shirts to support your favorite player. From 5 local businesses who love Montana, best of luck to the Grizz as they pursue another Big Sky Conference championship.
And that is why this play is null and void, but it's a pretty good run. We don't see Logan Fife run too much. He ran a few times in that Montana State game, and he's ran a few times throughout the season. That's not something I think he makes a concerted effort to do, or they even give him an opportunity to do a lot, and looked pretty good on that play. So here you go. Montana's going to try to run a stutter, a fake spot route, and get down the middle of the field. It's not going to work out. There's a lot of people in the middle of the field. Tennessee State's just playing coverage. They got 7 back in coverage. A lot of guys back. Looks like they're running a quarters coverage, but a lot of guys back. The middle of the field in quarters usually is open, but this linebacker looks like he's getting into that middle of the field area where that spot vert would have ended up. So Logan Fife's just going to scramble and run and get down near first down yardage right there. On 3rd and 15 though, so not enough to move the chains. That brings up a 4th and 2, 31-yard field goal attempt, and it's good, giving Montana the 13-3 lead with 10 seconds to go in the first half. Now, I saw this. They kicked this kick, and it really just ends up being an unfortunate situation. It's a really good kick by the place kicker of Montana, the kickoff guy from Montana. They have this set to where they have 6 guys up front blocking, 2 guys on their up back, 2 guys in the middle of the formation, and then 2 guys as their up backs, and then 1 kickoff returner. So a single kickoff returner in the back. And with this makeup, there leaves a window. So Montana's going to sky kick it. This is a perfect kick. It's going to land around the 32-yard line. The guy tries to come up and get it. Good hustle from the Montana kicking team. If the up back guy is unable to get it, therefore, that leaves it open for Montana to get it, and Tyson Rostad's going to slide in and get it. What a great play for the Montana kicking team, and it really is just an unfortunate situation. I don't know how many teams have kicked it like this on Tennessee State. I'm sure they've had the same kickoff return set all season. I don't know how many teams. I mean, the thing about it is how many kickers can actually kick this kick successfully. That's what it comes down to. Montana had a kicker that could kick it successfully, and you see the result right there. Really good job. Really good job. Look at it again. Great sky kick from Glasgow of Montana. And you see everybody hustle into the ball. The Tennessee State players are unable to fall on it right there. And Tyson Rostad comes in and gets it. Really good job. So Montana's going to try to run a play here with 7 seconds to go in the game. They try to hit something quick. You got the under here, trying to get him up the field on that under vert. Unable to get up the field. Got the double post across the field that way. Nobody's really open immediately. You want something fast. He's going to throw it away with 2 seconds to go in the half. And Montana's going to kick their longest field goal attempt or field goal make of the year, because I think they attempted maybe a longer one, 51-52 earlier in the year. But Morrison's going to make the field goal. Really good field goal kick right there. Great job. Great job. And that takes it into halftime. Montana's got a 16-3 lead at half, and the game was only just getting started. The second half was super, super exciting, and here you go right here. So it looks like they're in the same kind of kickoff formation, but if you noticed, I think these guys were closer to like the 10-yard line on the first kick. Now they're up to the 25. So they made the adjustment. They're like, we're not giving up another sky kick short right here around the 30, 32, 35-yard line. Kind of seems like they might be able to still try it, but I think that guy would be able to run and get it better had they tried it this time. So Evans, who I mentioned earlier in the game, had some juice, a lot of juice at the running back position. He's their returner as well. He's going to decide to take that kick out, and it's not going to be a great decision. He's not going to even get back to the 15-yard line. Tough play right there. 3rd and 5, 14 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pre-snap motion for Tennessee State. They get the ball out to their leading receiver, Karate Brinson. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. On 3rd and 5, they get the first down. 13 minutes to go, 2nd and 3. Get the ball out to number 8, Jalal Dean, who gets the first down on 2nd and 3. 3rd and 20 here. Looks like Montana's running a stunt up front, and they get the ball off on a screen, which usually against a Montana defense that tries to blitz quite a bit is good, but in 3rd and 20, Montana's not blitzing. They're playing coverage here, only rushing 4. The screen still gets them decent yardage, but not enough to get the first down on 3rd and 20. They really struggled with false starts during this game. They also struggled with a few holding penalties. Their right tackle really struggled. Somebody was telling me after the game that their right tackle had 4 or 5 false starts during the game. They had a ton of false starts during the game. It was only about 12,000 fans at the game, so not a huge crowd and not the most noise people have ever heard, but it was pretty noisy in there, especially for some guys coming down from the Big South OVC, where a ton of their games aren't highly attended all the time, and they may not see crowds like they see at Montana. Dang, looks like there might have been a missed holding call right here. That's interesting. I think they actually called it though, because you're going to get that big play to Junior Bergen. He only had 1 reception for 12 yards. This definitely seems like a longer reception than 12 yards. This seems about closer to 15 to 20, and I think they're going to get the holding call there. 20 to 21 yards right there on that play, but it's going to come back. Now Montana's faced with the 2nd and 11. 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Logan Fife is going to scramble, and this is where the mistakes started to happen. So Montana's got a pretty healthy lead here, trying to start the drive in the second half, and D-line is just going to hustle to the ball, red sleeves on, and punch the ball out, and the Tennessee State defender is right there to pick it up. Tough play for Logan Fife, tough play for Montana. Watch it again here. He's got decent ball security, but you got to have 2 hands on it, especially in the thick of it. And he only had 1 hand on it. It kind of seems like it might have started slipping before. I don't know. It seems like it kind of started slipping before the guy even touched him. Maybe not. Either way, forced fumble right there. Fumble recovery by Tennessee State, and they're going to get the ball well within Montana territory. So yeah, he got his hand right on the ball, right to punch it out. Really good play from that D tackle of Tennessee State. Here you go. 1st and 10, 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Drop back pass for Draylon Ellis. And he's going to try to get it off to his receiver, Karate Brinson, who's wide open for the catch and down inside the 10-yard line. Really good job. Not so sure without seeing the coverage on the back end how he got open. Definitely looks like a Tampa 2 coverage here. So Tampa 2, you got your Grizz playing in the middle of the field. Half field safety here, a flat defender down here with Trevor Gradney, a flat defender here with Ronald Jackson Jr. Now my thing is, the only time you would vacate this flat zone is if nobody's underneath. There's nobody underneath him to threaten him, so he should push upfield with that. Seems like he stayed in his zone responsibility and let that guy get behind him. Safety was a little late getting over there. That ends up being a pretty good chunk play for Tennessee State. Here you go. You got a 1st and goal, 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. False start for Tennessee State down in that north end zone where it usually gets the loudest. They're going to get them, back them up a little bit. Now you got a 1st and goal from the 12-yard line. Pre-snap motion with Brinson. He's going to get across the field. Might not be on this play. Nope, not on this play. So he's going to run a stop. Looks like he ran a hitch and go type play. Hitch, and then he's wheeling out, trying to get to the back of the end zone. It's covered pretty well by Jace Klusewicz, and that's all she wrote for that play. 2nd and goal coming up. Another false start for Tennessee State. Right tackle once again struggling with the noise. Here you go. 2nd and goal. 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. They're rushing 4. Riley Wilson is commanding 2 blockers. Number 14, the receiver here, Rashawn Lacey, is getting nothing there on that play. Bringing up a 3rd and goal for Tennessee State. 3rd and goal for Tennessee State. 7.5 minutes to go in the game. In the 3rd quarter, Karate Brinson is going to get the ball right here on the quick spot route, quick hitch right there in the zone, and he's down around the 10-yard line. They're going to bring out their field goal kicker, place kicker, who's going to kick a 26-yard field goal. And he makes it, bringing it down to a 10-point game, 16-6 lead for Montana. Got 6.5 minutes in the third quarter. Montana will take over. Running a little counter here. You got Stevie Rocker in the game now, trying to set up his blocks. And it looks like we got a penalty. Not so sure what they called the penalty on here. Good block there from Evan Schaefer to kick that guy out. Decent run from Stevie Rocker. Block below the waist. Oh, yeah. So they called it right here on this lineman. So now these linemen get protections. They're going to call it here on number 44, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was Eddie George's son right here. But he's going to cut block the guard, Liam Brown, here on this counter play. And that is now illegal. I know a lot of times when linebackers, ends, corners especially, and safeties saw linemen coming at them, they would always just chop them down. It's a way to take them out of the play. But they made that illegal now. I got to give those linemen some protections, and they're going to get them for an illegal chop block on the defense there. You got a 2nd and 10 for Montana. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pre-snap motion. Looks like they're setting up that split zone run that they been running a lot. And good from Stevie Rocker to set up his blocks here. Really good block by Evan Schaefer. I mean, we're going to talk about him later on in this clip, in this cut up. He had a really good block on the Eli Gilman touchdown run that I want to break down a lot, but this is a really good run too. Stay alive with it. Stay on your responsibility. Just move him where he wants to go. Good running backs know how to set up blocks. Really good block once again from Sawyer Racanelli. Both these guys are going to get some praise later on in this cut up, but they did a really good job later on in this game. And right here too. You see, the corners don't really want to make tackles anyway, but just take them where they want to go. Block them that way. You never know where the play could hit, and Stevie Rocker makes it into a big chunk explosive run play. Really good job right there. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 3 for Montana. Drop back pass for Logan Fife. He gets it off to Stevie Rocker, who's not going to get much. Really good tackle from the Tennessee State defense. Really good job right there. That brings up a 4th and 3. Montana is going to go for it. 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Drop back pass for Logan Fife. They get it off on the stick route to Cole Grossman, who had his most receiving yards of the season and most receptions of the season. 3 receptions, 20 yards. Decent game for him, for somebody who's been out for almost 2 years. I think it might have been more than 2 years, but he's missed a lot of football, and for him to get back involved in it a little bit was good to see for him. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Eli Gilman's going to get the handoff and making guys miss, almost getting down to that end zone. But we got a penalty here. I think this might have been a holding call here. I think they're going to get right here Brandon Casey maybe on the hold. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Either way, they get down. Yep, they called holding. See if we can see. Number 66. See? Either way, they get the holding call there. That's going to back them up, bringing up a 3rd and 11. And Montana's going to try to throw it. They try to run the nod route to Keelan White right here. So a lot of times when you see Keelan White in this slot position, I mean, and they should definitely fix this because, me being somebody who watches football, got to be guys, smart guys at South Dakota State, North Dakota State, all the top teams in the country who noticed this. We were in the press box. I saw that they had Keelan White in the slot position. He's an outside receiver. Drew Deck is a slot receiver. Keelan White's probably running a route where they want him to get the ball. I mean, that's just smart football. That's just, having a high football IQ, not even a significantly high football IQ, but just understanding this team, understanding where these guys play in the offense, and understanding when you see them, what's happening. And Keelan White has caught this nod route a ton this season. He's going to run the nod route here. I personally kind of thought there might have been a PI call here. It doesn't get called. Not necessarily mad at it. I think the refs had a pretty good game yesterday. I think they called a pretty clean game yesterday. Those Missouri Valley refs that they had at the game, they called a pretty solid game yesterday. But if there was a missed call in this game, I think that maybe could have got called, but I get them not calling it. It is what it is. Brings up a 4th and 11. They're going to attempt the 30-yard field goal attempt, and it's good, bringing his total to 3 for 4 on the game. He's had a pretty solid game. He had a pretty solid game yesterday. 3 for 4. It might be 4 for 5 actually, because they only scored 1 touchdown in this game. He hit 3 in the first half. That one, so I think that's 4 for 5 for him. Let's see. I have it right here in front of me. Why don't I just see? Yeah, he was 4 for 5. 3 for 3 on extra points. His longest field goal was 50 yards. Pretty good game from him.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road. Pump it up. Yeah.
3rd and 16 for Tennessee State. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Montana's only rushing 4. They're playing coverage once again, having them in a 3rd and long. And Noah Cashmitter is going to get there for the sack. So he's out here at this end position. He's going to beat that left tackle. Draylon Ellis really has a pretty decent pocket here. Maybe even a hold here from this center here. Not right guard here on Riley Wilson. Riley Wilson got through clean. He gets held a little bit. And Cashmitter is going to get there for the sack. This offensive line for Tennessee State really struggled during the game. They weren't able to protect Draylon Ellis at all. He struggled all day to get protection. And this is when Junior Bergen's going to break the play all the way open. Usually when you get teams backed up into their own end zone, you give Junior Bergen a ton of space to return the ball. Instead of what a lot of teams do, it was rush these to maybe potentially get a block. Coach Haupt is going to have his guys hold up. So watch. A lot of times when they're rushing, you can tell. So instead of rushing, they're first off going to back a couple of guys up. This usually looks like they're setting up their middle return. But you see these guys rushing, and they're going to rush to hold up. They're not going to rush the kick. They're going to rush to hold up, and they are 100% setting up the return for Junior Bergen, who gets a lot of space. I thought he had an even better opportunity. He fair caught one earlier in the game, and I thought he had a good opportunity. But here, he's going to make that first guy miss, and then it's off to the races. Really good blocks from the return team. I mean, amazing blocks from the return team. And then him and the kicker, I mean, it's not even close. He's going to get into the end zone fairly easily on that punt return. Really good job. That brought his total to 7 punt return touchdowns in his career. And then Montana goes for it here, but I think we're going to get a replay here in a second. They go for it here on the Daffy Duck formation out of the field goal PAT formation to make it a 21-point ball game. Really good job there. But here we go. We're going to get another look at the return. Get an end zone look from it, making that first guy miss. Look at these really good blocks. Block here. You got a lineman there. You're not really concerned about him. Block there, kicking a guy out. Block there, kicking him out. 88, go pick somebody up. Or 58, go pick somebody up. Really good block there. Everybody just find him work. And then one-on-one versus the kicker. You take that matchup with Junior Bergen 99% of the time, because last year there was an opportunity for him to have another kickoff return. I believe it was against Furman, and the kicker tackled him, unfortunately. Here you go. They're going to sky kick it once again. Their up back is going to field it this time, and he turns it into a really good return. Now, once again, I think this is Eddie George's son, if I'm not mistaken, but he looks to have some juice, and he's going to make it into a really good return. Really good turn. Really good hustle from Tyson Rostad and this, I think that's Lawler, to get down there. But an amazing return after Montana just took a return back. I mean, a lot of people may have thought after they had that punt return from Junior Bergen, that might also, so that is not Eddie George's son. There might be two number 44s. I might be mistaken on that. Somebody let me know. Either way, this is a really good return, and this is following the punt return from Junior Bergen, where you thought maybe the game might be out of reach. You're late in the third quarter. You know, Montana might have just closed them out, put it out of reach, but you know, Tennessee State is going to battle back and let them know that they're not going anywhere. So they're trying to hit they try to hit the throwback pass, the throwback wheel route pass to their tight end. It's covered all the way. Montana's in a man coverage out here. So you're going to get man coverage here, you're going to get man coverage here, you're going to get man coverage on the tight end here. And this is really good eye discipline here from the defense of Montana. They're going to keep their eyes on their man. They got somebody in a dropping out into a zone back here. One of their ends down here is dropping out in the zone. I think that's Riley Wilson there. Either way, he's going to be underneath the route, and that's Otluski. Otluski's going to put hands on him. They're going to call the PI. I think it's the right call, and they get the flag. It's going to bring up an automatic, but you're watching it here. He's watching the man all the way. They end up getting the penalty. So here you go. They're going to get a touchdown to Karate Brinson here now. He's one-on-one versus Ronald Jackson. It's pretty good coverage. It's a pretty good ball under pressure from Draylon Ellis, standing in the pocket, staring down the barrel, getting the ball out to his receiver, Karate Brinson, and he gets the touchdown. Really good job from the receiver of Tennessee State to get that touchdown. Great play right there. Great play right there. He tried to toss the ball up into the stands. Ended up not being a penalty because I don't know what the other ref is looking at, but this ref is looking at the tension between a couple of refs over there looking at the tension. He tries to toss the ball up there. They're going to go for the PAT. There was some stuff that happened in between this PAT. I don't know if they got a delay of game or something, but some penalty had happened. And they ended up dropping them back 5 yards. And they're going to put it on the left hash too. But they get the touchdown. Really good catch from Brinson right here. Really good ball from Ellis. Look at that pocket closing in on him. And he's still going to get the ball off. Flick of the wrist, man. Really good stuff right there. Good coverage from Ronald Jackson Jr. getting his hand in there, but a better catch from Brinson. Great job right there. Great job right there. 3rd and 5 from Montana. Start of the 4th quarter around midfield. And Logan Fife is going to drop back. And his 2nd fumble of the game. It's scooped up by who I believe is a freshman linebacker for Tennessee State. And he's down around the 10-yard line. Really good play from Tennessee State right here. Tough play from Logan Fife, who is going to get taken out after this. And, I'm not even mad at it. A lot of people have been dealing with the quarterback struggles have been dealing with the ebbs and flows of the quarterback's position of Montana this year. And I'm not mad at this decision. You got to take care of the ball. Ball security is job security, and he did not take care of the ball right here. And you can't keep somebody in the game who is not going to take care of the ball, especially at the playoffs. Every team is good. Anybody can beat anybody, and you got to take care of the ball. You got to take care of the ball, and that's something that Coach Houck stresses all the time. Is ball security, and it's just going to be unfortunate for him right here. The first one, he was trying to scramble. The second one, he's in a tight pocket. Doesn't necessarily have 2 hands on the ball, and that's what happens. Got to do the little things right with the ball security and in tight quarters like that, and he did not. It ends up being a turnover on downs. Here you go. You got 15 minutes left in the 4th quarter, or 14 minutes and 45 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and Draylon Ellis is going to score on the ensuing play following the turnover. So I don't know if this was a design quarterback run. Definitely looks like a design quarterback run the way these guys are blocking. Probably a zone read type play to where he can hand it off or pull it. He decides to pull it. I don't think he had pulled it a lot in this game, and he gets to the pylon, beats those guys to the pylon. I don't know why this team doesn't run him more often. He's got a ton of juice. He looks like a really good running quarterback. They only ran him a few times in this game, and a lot of times he was trying to run off scrambles, but he was kind of boxed in from the contain of the pocket, and I don't know. I thought they should have ran him a little more. They're gonna replay this fumble right there and the touchdown. There you go. I thought they should have ran him more though. But here you go. They're gonna squib kick the kick back there. Xavier Harris is gonna pick it up. And good blocks up front, setting up those blocks. Good block from Junior Bergen. Another good block downfield. And he's gonna get past midfield out around the 45-yard line. Really good job for Xavier Harris and the return team of Montana. Had a pretty good game. Here you go. Get another look at it. Just keep that ball, pick it up, and follow your blockers. Really good job right there. Good upfield block from Junior Bergen. Make the kicker miss. Not hard to do. And he's down around the 45-yard line. 2nd and 1 for Montana. Here you go. Handing it off to Malai Fanati, who is getting in there, making things happen, and he gets another first down. Here you go. You got a 3rd and 4, 12 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Dropping back. Now you got Kali Ayat in the game as well. Looks like he's trying to throw the stick route to, or the quick out to Cole Grossman right here. I think they called a holding here. I believe they called a holding here because they're going to get the first down here. I don't really see a hold here. I think this is pretty decent coverage right here. But they ended up calling a hold, giving Montana the first down. Giving Montana an automatic first down. To the flag. Oh, yeah. So they had 12 men on the field, not a holding. And you can see number 2 running off the field right here. 12 men on the field. That is 100% a penalty. And that gives Montana the first down. They kind of get gifted one right there on a 4th and 4 too, because I think that's only a 5-yard penalty. I don't know if that's an automatic first down, but I think because it was 4th and 4, that gave them the first down. Either way, 3rd and 9 for Montana now. They're right outside red zone territory, right on red zone territory. They're going to run the shuttle pass to Stevie Rocker. Shuttled it to Stevie Rocker, who gets out the backside of the formation. You never know where these are going to hit. Good blocks from those guys. If you could have got somebody on this linebacker, this is a touchdown right here. But it's still a good play. Gets down inside the 5-yard line. Really, really good job. Thought they were going to leave him in for him to finish this and get in the end zone. But they ended up fumbling the ball away. But they took him out. They put Eli Gilman in the game. They're going to try to run inside. They're going to try to run down inside. And right as he gets the handoff, he just fumbles it, man. Just fumbles the handoff, and it's picked up by Ellis, the linebacker. I believe his name is Ellis. Can't remember what his first name is, but the linebacker is going to pick it up. And that's just not a good break for Montana. 27-20 ball game. You know, Tennessee State is trying to keep it close. Montana is trying to put it out of reach right here with this touchdown, and they just fumble it away. That's their third fumble of the game, and that's not something you see this Montana team do. This Montana team works ball security every day of practice, and for them to have 3 fumbles in the game is just not a good look right here. But you see it once again, just didn't take the handoff well and just fumbles it just like that. Just like that. Now Tennessee State is going to take over, and you got 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for Tennessee State. Drop back for Jalen Ellis. He's rolling out, getting the ball off to his receiver, Karate Brinson, who's going to be down around the 25, 27-yard line. 1st and 10, 9.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Hitch route to number 8, his receiver, Jalal Dean, who gets another first down on 1st and 10. Tennessee State started putting together a pretty decent drive, and right as they started to put together a pretty decent drive, I believe they got a holding. Oh, no. The snap went over the quarterback's head for a loss of like 26 yards. And then I think they also got another false start, maybe another 2 false starts. They're down here in that north end zone. But now they're faced with a 3rd and 34, which is almost completely insurmountable. They're going to get the screen off to their running back, Evans, and it's tackled well. You know, I think this is their center. Their center's not really going to block this guy, and he ends up getting the tackle. Really good job there. Really good job of the Montana defense to stop him. And that brings up another punt for Tennessee State. Backed up once again, close to their own end zone. And they're going to punt it away to Junior Bergen. You can tell here that he definitely tried to kick this one out of bounds. And, you know, it was almost short. But Junior Bergen was able to go and corral it. He catches it very low. Good blocks here. Look at this anti-clip right here from his guy. And then everybody upfield is blocking as well. Junior Bergen tiptoeing along that sidelines. Everybody is doing work, blocking. Good block here from Ian Finch. Good block here on the inside for number 30. Junior Bergen helps him out with a stiff arm there, and then he's down the sidelines, him and Cunningham, and Junior Bergen gets the ball across the pylon for his 2nd punt return touchdown of the game and his NCAA FCS record tying 8th of his career. Amazing game from Junior Bergen. Here you go. They got the sideline view. Tiptoes the sideline. Foot hits inside the pylon as well as the ball. And that is a touchdown every day of the week. Every day of the week. Really good job there. That was just an incredible play. Just an incredible game for him. Montana takes a 14-point lead, but it's still 5 minutes left in the game, and Tennessee State's going to start going fast here, super fast here. Drop back pass for Jalen Ellis, rolling out, getting the ball off to his receiver, who is unable to come down with the catch. I actually think that's a running back. Still unable to come down with the catch. Really big hit from Ryder Meyer, and that's incomplete right there. Now you got a 4th and 2. Tennessee State is going for it. Rushing 5 for Montana, and they get the ball off to their receiver, Karate Brinson. On the quick slant. Good completion right there. Good job. Here you go. Got 3rd and 1 for Tennessee State. They're going fast. 4.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Hand it off to their running back, number 4, Jaden McGill. He had 26 rushing yards on 6 carries, and Evans had 26 rushing yards on 6 carries as well. Pretty consistent in the running game there. So I don't know what happened to the camera here. Must have happened on the TV copy. But either way, they get the route out to the flats to their running back, McGill, and he gets the first down on 1st and 10. 2nd and 10 coming up for Tennessee State. 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Drop back pass for Ellis. And he gets the ball off to Evans, his running back, on what looks to be an angle route down here. So you're in 3 trips, tight formation, tight end, tight to the formation. No other receivers on this field, on this side of the field. 11 personnel. Running back to the tight end side, and he's going to run this angle route on that linebacker. Really good route against Faikaho right here. My goodness. Really good stick move to the outside, making a guy miss in the middle of the field, and another guy miss and getting down around the 20-yard line, right around red zone territory. Really good job for Tennessee State. Now you got 3 minutes and 10 seconds, just about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. And this is going to be an amazing throw. Just amazing job from Draylon Ellis stepping up in the pocket. He's going to hit his receiver, Karate Brinson, on the over. Montana gets almost immediate pressure in his face. He steps up into the pocket, sets his feet, throws the ball off. I believe this defender there was a defender around his ankle, a defender about to hit him in the face, and he delivers a strike to Karate Brinson. This is an amazing play. Amazing play, game on the line, playoffs, you're on the road. You're just trying to give your team an opportunity, and he completes the pass. Really great job there. Really, really great job. Really great job there. Here you go, 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Montana is now going to get the ball back. They're down by 7. Tennessee State just needs to stop here. You're going to see Hayden Harris around his feet, and he still gets the ball off to Brinson. Really, really great job there. Now, 2 minutes to go, nearing the 2-minute timeout. Montana just needs a few first downs to really put this game out of reach. I believe that's what they were attempting to do with running the ball. They're going to try to run a counter run here to Eli Gilman. You see the counter run. You see it's really, it's kind of like some pin and pull action, really. You're pulling the guard around, and then pulling these 2 tight ends around as well as lead blockers. It's really honestly covered really good by Tennessee State. They stay gap sound. They don't get out of position. They're really making them spill it, which is what you want them to do on counter plays. You want to make the team spill it out this way. Eli Gilman stays so patient. His guys keep working. I want you to watch one person and one person only here. Watch Evan Schaefer on this run play. Watch how he keeps working. Gets hands on the corner, keep working. Good work from Cole Grossman. Decent work from Cole Grossman as well. But watch Evan Schaefer. Keep working. Got hands on him, got grips on him, and just get him out of there. And then, the rest is Eli Gilman. Number 10 has an opportunity to push him out of bounds. Eli Gilman stiff arms him, and then one cut back, and it's off to the races. Really good job here from Sawyer Racanelli. I told you we would touch on him later. Eli Gilman does not score without that block from Sawyer Racanelli. Really good job. Just stay in the way. Allow Eli Gilman to get into the end zone. Stay in his way. Really good job. Those blocks sometimes get looked over sometimes, but those are big time blocks right there. Now, I want to look a little bit at this stiff arm from Eli Gilman. They get kind of close down here. This looks like a face mask, man. Great run. Amazing run from Eli Gilman. 59-yard touchdown run. I mentioned that this Missouri Valley crew, I think, called a pretty good game, but I have to call it how I see it. And this looks like a face mask to me, man. Grip on face mask. There's a ref right here. I am not sure how he missed this. And then to make it worse, Eli Gilman pulls him by his face mask. Talk about some home cooking, this is honestly crazy that they missed this. This is kind of egregious. And a lot of the Tennessee State guys saw it. They're calling it right there. The kicker is calling it right there. And I saw it when I saw the replay on Twitter. I kept seeing the replay, and I kept seeing the guys on the sideline calling. And I know it's kind of in that close vision where it looks like he grabbed his jersey. It looks like he's grabbing something close to his face. That is 100% a face mask. They missed that. Either way, it turned into a really explosive run for Eli Gilman. Really big time run for him, and he got in the end zone. That gives Montana the 14-point lead with under 2 minutes to go in the game. You got a 1st and 10 here for Tennessee State. That really iced the game out by Eli Gilman, but Tennessee State's still going to try to get something going. They get it off to their tight end, number 17, to start the drive off well, and he's going to get upfield, out close to midfield, and stop the clock. 1st and 10, a minute 40 to go in the game. Drop back pass for Draylon Ellis. More pressure in his face. Getting the ball off to his receiver, Karate Brinson, who comes down with the sideline catch. toe tapping on the sidelines. That left foot looks like it's out, but I think that right foot came down first. And I actually think, where were they at before this? Yeah, so I think they rolled it a catch. Here you go, 3rd and 10, coming up, a minute 26 to go in the game, and Draylon Ellis is going to bite off more than he can chew, and he tries to throw the post. I know he thought he was just trying to give his receiver an opportunity, his receiver, Roshan Lacey. He was trying to give him an opportunity. Trevor Gradney is instead going to come up with the interception to ice the game away. Tennessee State still has 2 timeouts, but they're down by 2 scores. You really just let Montana kneel this one out, man. Especially if they get a few first downs, that's going to be all she wrote. So they ended up rolling Trevor Gradney down on the 1-yard line, which is the rightful call. He's down right there at the 1. Not a touchback. They initially rolled it a touchback. They ran a run. Eli Gilman got about 4 yards on it. And then this one. He could have really had another big-time long run potentially here. Maybe not a big-time long run. They're pretty on it right here. But he's just going to slide down in front of the first down to shut the game out. Montana kneeled it out after this, and that is going to be all she wrote for Tennessee State versus Montana. Montana moves to 9-4, and they will play in Brookings, South Dakota next week against the defending champions. A Frisco rematch from the national championship from last year. Number 14 Montana versus number 3. I believe South Dakota State is the number 3 seed. Yeah, because NDSU is 2, South Dakota is 4, Montana State is 1. You got number 14 seed versus the number 3 seed, South Dakota State Jackrabbits in Brookings. A Frisco rematch. It should be I don't know much to think about this game, but you guys can watch my Tuesday video to hear me talk about that game. I'll have some thoughts about that game. You guys can check all of that out. But it's going to be a really exciting week for the Grizz. They move right on to the next opponent. You got to survive and advance. You don't have a ton of time to harp on your victories from the previous week because you got to move on to the next opponent. But it's going to be an exciting week. This was an exciting game. I'll give my thoughts about this game in my Tuesday video as well. I have some thoughts about this game. It was really exciting to see Junior break that record. It was really exciting to see Eli Gilman get a ton of carries and get a ton of yardage and have explosive plays. But there are some things that weren't so clean about this game, and I will speak on those in my Tuesday video. So please go check that out. Appreciate you guys for tapping into the breakdown. 14-point victory for Montana. They move on. Tennessee State finishes their season 9-4. They are the Big South OVC champions, shared with SEMO. Two of the 3 Big South OVC teams lost in the playoffs this week, but also I'll talk about that in my Tuesday video. So I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for tapping in. See ya.